Today I'm going to show you how to add a toolbar into PreferenceFragmentCompat. So basically there are two solutions here, and I will show you the first solution first. And this solution is sort of like a recommended solution, and there are also another solution which is kind of hacky, and I already set up a sample project here already, sample projects, and in this sample projects I have an empty activity. It doesn't have any layout yet, and what will happen if I run it? I will try to run it here. Okay, let's show the end later. So basically it just have a toolbar here, and the content inside just empty right now. And this toolbar is from activity, and this is sort of like a default toolbar, default action bar, So next I'm gonna remove this toolbar. It's quite easy. I go to styles, and then I change the theme from dark action bar into no action bar. Alright. The reason is because we going to add the PreferenceFragmentCompat into this activity, and then we will insert the toolbar into this fragment. So there's no need to use the toolbar from activity anymore. So I apply the changes. Oh, good. So the default toolbar from activity has gone. And next, let me check whether I already declared the dependency for the preference. Okay, done. And next, I will define a sort of subclass of the PreferenceFragmentCompat. Let me call this, for example, account setting fragment, right? And then the superclass should be PreferenceFragmentCompat here. We'll try to eliminate the member, right? Somehow it doesn't understand the pseudocodes. I need to modify again. Let's go to the documentation for PreferenceFragmentCompat. I need to change the variable from P0 here into save instance state, and the second parameter is root key. Alright. So we just finished defining a PreferenceFragmentCompat, but not yet. Next, we need to add the XML file, which will define the layout for this fragment under resource layout, and I should choose the XML layout. For example, let's give the name account settings. The root element should be preference free. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna add 3 preference items. Alright, 1, 2, 3, and the title, for example, can be first name, and the second title could be last name, for example. So email, and the summary. What could be the summary? Let's see, summary. Just copy that. Alright, formatted. So we have some sample value here. First one is John. The second one is output seed, and the sample email here. Alright. And let's check the preview design for layout. We have 3 items here. Alright. So we have the XML layout to define the preferences already. Next, we need to tell this fragment that okay, it should load preferences into the layout. It's gonna be like something like that, and then I point to the XML layout. Okay, we need to do one more thing, which is add the fragment dynamically. Support manager fragment, begin transaction, commit, and then content. Sorry, can I set in fragment? Alright, everything is good. Let's apply the changes. Awesome. So we just managed to add a preference fragment compat here, and we just define basic layout for this preference fragment compat, and we add it into the activity. So we're going to do the most important part today is to create a toolbar. How can we do that? So go back to the item file, the markdown file here. So the first solution, we use the custom theme to indicate that okay, this fragment should load a different layout, different layout. Okay, I will show you guys how to do that now, but basically this solution is from one answer in Stack Overflow. So preference fragment compat layout before compat now layout, and then you show okay, this is the first answer that I visited before. Alright. So basically we define a custom theme for this preference fragment, and custom theme, and then inside this custom theme we override, we declare a new item, and then this, so the item has the name of the item is Android layout, and then is point to the new layout. Alright, so let's do that. There are a couple of other answers here. I see that there's a medium post, and this guy, he show how to do that already, how to add a toolbar into, no, not the toolbar. He show how to add a custom layout template for the preference fragment. So I guess we so let's check it out. Yeah, we define a custom theme. Preference. Okay, so we need to define a custom theme for preference theme. Theme here, and then it's really complicated here, which it doesn't like. So we have 2 different answers, different ways here. This guy actually just define a sort of theme overlay theme overlay, but this one is really okay. I will try this way first and then see how it works, and then if somehow it doesn't work, and then I will switch to this way. So basically pull it down, let's copy path, move to the left, start here. We have app theme here. Alright, I need to fix the error. Copy path here. Preference theme overlay and draw layout. So I guess I add theme, could be add theme. Alright. So I need to add another layout here. Alright. It could be like templates, for example. And I think we can go ahead to copy this layout. Alright. We don't need APA actually, so we can leave it down. It's saying that we need the layout ID for. Let's give it an ID. Toolbar. Require view group for preference. Live there. In the style, I changed the name and changed the pointer to the layout templates, for example. All right. So let's see how it works. Oh, so I see a gap here, a gap here, so it's probably the toolbar. So let's change a little bit the color, go back to the documentation for toolbar here. We set the background, probably set the background first. Do we have a background? Oh, not yet. So I set a background. Alright, and then pop-up theme, we don't need that. Then probably we need the layout height here to set it properly. Alright, let's run it. Awesome, so this is the toolbar actually. So toolbar, and let's try something a little bit more. So we're gonna check if we override it on view here, probably on view created, and then we get the view and we find view by ID in the toolbar. We find out the toolbar. No, it's not the framework toolbar, but the dot toolbar here. Next we change some sorry, we set a title, for example. It could be get string dot add name. Alright. I love preferences, but the thingy, oh my god, we got a black title. Okay, we need to change a little bit here. Put theme, yes, so we probably need to change the theme. Alright. Alright, front. Oh, okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anyway. So, but anyway, we just managed to add a toolbar. You know, here we can get a toolbar and do some sort of magic with the toolbar. We can change the title, and we can do something like setting the icon, for example. You know. Okay. So this is the first solution, that we basically define a custom theme for preference themes, you know, preference themes, and then inside this custom theme we override the item Android layout, and we point to a new layout template. And the thing is really important in this file that we need to define an ID, which is sort of view group. With this ID, this is sort of like this is like a contract or a preference fragment compat. So next, to check whether this is a contract, whether this is really required to have this sort of view group frame layout with this given ID. What will happen if I change into another, you know, another kind of ID? For example, just remove it. What will happen? Boom! Crash. Let's check. What's wrong? We got the runtime session here. Content has view ID attribute. That is not a view group class. Okay, so somehow under the hood, the PreferenceFragmentCompat checks the existence of this ID, and then somehow it doesn't exist, and will throw the session. So it is true that we need sort of view group with this given ID, Android ID list container. Okay. There's another way to verify this truth. So we can read the source code of PreferenceFragmentCompat, for example. Okay, we got the link here. We check that. Scroll down, find until on create view. Alright. So this is a source code of PreferenceFragmentCompat. And we can actually see the line that through the runtime session here, you know. So basically what's happening here is figure out the layout ID, the layout resource ID, by reading something related to the theme, you know. It reads this information from the theme here, and then we check. Okay, this is the list container ID that we talked about before. So we check whether this sort of container exists. Somehow it doesn't exist. We through the runtime session here. No. All right. Okay. So we set a theme, and we set up the custom theme, and we specify a new layout template, Android layout, and this just work. You know, I'm not sure why in the Medium post, you know, the other day here I saw that he's trying to set up the new item with PreferenceFragmentCompat style. We don't do that, but it still works. I'm not sure why we have to do like this, you know. Okay, let's go back. Run again. This time it should works. Alright, so we have toolbar inside PreferenceFragmentCompat, right? So this is the first solution. Next, I'm going to show you the second solution. Right? The second solution is kind of hacky, and then it doesn't require to set up any theme, custom theme at all. So basically, the idea is we override the on view, on create view, and and when we get the default view, called default view, for example. So basically, we at here we will inflate the new layout, and then we use that new layout to grab this default view. Okay. So I need to remove more the custom theme setup here. So we don't need this anymore. The new solution doesn't require to set up any custom theme at all. No, but we might need this fragment template. We don't need this. We need a new layout, right? Let's delete it, right? This layout. So let's go back to the source code here. So basically, we got the default view here, and the default view here contains the recycler view and anything like that that is needed for the PreferenceFragmentCompat to work. And then I will try to inflate this pref template layer. We have the inflator already, and inflate the layout template. Let's see what exactly the solution here. Container. We don't need to add to the root. False. And get a new layout. So basically, I will return a new layout as a view of this fragment, and then before that I need to add a new layout. Add view, no, up. I actually need to cat this into view group. Add view here, default view. This is the default view. Alright, let's see how it works. So basically, create a new layout that grabs the default view. The default view contains the recycler view or anything like that to for the PreferenceFragmentCompat to work. Right. I will try to run to check whether this really works. Does it work? Awesome, it works. See. So we can see the toolbar right here. The toolbar. Okay, let's check. So we don't need to use any theme at all. No. On view creative, we got a view here. For view by ID. Sorry. Onto the toolbar. Apply. Title, string, name, run. Awesome. So it works. So the second way, this second solution, we don't need to set up any theme, custom theme at all. So basically, the key things here, the key things here is this set of, you know, we basically we create a new layout which contains the toolbar, and then we add the default layout. The default layout which contains the recycled view, you know, into the new layout, and then we return the new layout as a view of this fragment, you know, and that's it, you know. Okay. It still works. Actually, it still. I mean, it still works with the. I'm not really sure why there's. You know, what I'm trying to do here is to compare the two solutions here. I would say, in order to do things right, you know, I would recommend the first way. You know, the first way, which use the custom theme, is a little bit more complicated than the second way, but at least I feel like the Android team from Google, they open this way. They open this sort of official way to provide a custom layout, you know. And they already written a bunch of logic here to ensure the necessity for the PreferenceFragmentCompat to work with the you know, with a way to customize the layout for the PreferenceFragmentCompat here. And the second way, which really, I mean, it's much shorter, you know, and I see that it still remain compatible with the bunch of setup here from the PreferenceFragmentCompat. It doesn't require any custom theme at all, you know. But in order to do things right, I would recommend the second, the first solution. The first solution is recommended, you know, even though it's a little bit more complicated, you know. And yeah, that's it. So that's it. There are two ways to add the toolbar into PreferenceFragmentCompat. You know, the first way, we define a custom theme, and we define a new pointer to the layout for this PreferenceFragmentCompat. And the second way, it doesn't require the custom theme at all. You know, just create a new layout that grabs the default layout, the default view, which contains the recycler view, you know, for to load preferences, you know, and add it into the new layout, and then use the new layout as a view for this fragment. Alright.